The book of Jeremiah, chapter 31 and verse 22. How long wilt thou go about, O thou backsliding daughter? For the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai has created a new thing in the earth. A woman shall compass a man. All praises to Yahweh by Hashem Shai, Wahara Kakadash. By honors to the elders and the apostles of the great millstone, Shalom to the hopeful elect that seeking to be the elect of the nation of Israel. They're scattered abroad amongst the heathen, some look like the heathen, beginning to 144,000. Preachers, teachers, and prophets, Shalom. Lazy, fat, broke, nagging, bitchy. This by my girl Pearl. The vicious cycle of male brainwashing. And you can subscribe to Just Pearly Things. I'll put the link in the description box. Short video, 9 minutes and 20 seconds. But she's going into how men have been brainwashed by the society, allowing men or putting it in the minds of raising up men because of these women in the society to honor the women and don't hit back and accept women for who they are. And if you say anything, then you the problem. Well, no, he's actually the man. The man, hey, that's wrong. Hey, the man and the woman has been brainwashed. And we read Jeremiah 31 again. Hey, the word brainwash means to cleanse the mind. You washing the brain. Hey, so what was washed away is the truth, man. The proper role and behavior of women and the proper roles and behavior of men. All right? And they will their brains will wash and instilled with filthiness, man, which is the filthiness of America. Now again, Jeremiah 31 and 22, how long wilt thou go about, O thou backsliding daughter? That's the nation of Israel. So, hey, so as long as we at the bottom, as long as we're in captivity, the world will constantly be upside down, man. Everything will constantly be out of order. But we know, see, and understand that Yahweh Shema Shai is raising up a remnant, beginning with the men of Israel, to restore order back on the earth. All right? And that's what Yahweh Shema Shai is doing. All right? Restoring order back in the earth and using his men to preach, teach, and prophesy the correct way of life, man. All right? Beginning with the nation of Israel. Because in our kingdom, you other nations going to get in line. All right? You got a few heathen that wants to obey the proper order. But for the most part, you don't. Especially you Edomites. All right? It says, for the Lord Yahweh Shema shall create a new thing in the earth. A woman shall compass a man. Right? Women surrounding men, meaning overtaking, overcoming. And this is what this world has come to underneath the order of Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, beginning with these wicked elites, man. And again, these things are happening because us, the nation of Israel, are in captivity, man, in servitude. We're still slaves. We're still in our captivity. All right? Now, we're in a time where you women are living in pleasure, but we know that you're at your end, according to prophecy, Isaiah 3. All right, going to the 4th chapter, and Isaiah 32, starting at the 9th verse. Now we know that you women are living in pleasure. Let's get that. This is 1 Timothy 5 and 6, as a matter of fact. Let's pull it up right here. We know now is the time when you women living in pleasure. All right? And it's completely out of order. All right? 1 Timothy chapter 5 verse 6, it says, but in the KJV, then we hit the NLT. But she that liveth in pleasure is dead while she liveth. NLT, but the widow who lives only for pleasure is spiritually dead even while she lives. So you see, you women are literally living in pleasure and you are spiritually dead. Meaning what? You have not the correct ways of Yahweh Shema Shai instilled in you. You have not the Holy Spirit, man. You women are completely off. I'm talking about the women of Israel. And remember, the whole world followed the Israelites and everything. especially the Southern Kingdom, you so-called Negroes. All right, the world follows you. That's why Esau uses you to push everything. Now, when you get this word pleasure, right? She that lived from pleasure is dead while she living. Spatalayo.
Strong's G 4684. Spatalao. Spatalao.
Spatalao. From spatale. Luxury. So you women are living in luxury. Outline the biblical usage to live luxuriously. Lead a voluptuous life. Give oneself to pleasure. You see? And that's what you're doing, man. All right? And when you jump down to Strong's definitions, it says spatulate, luxury, to be voluptuous, live in pleasure, be wanton. Now let's get the definition for wanton. Come on now. Now, this you women all day. Now, once it pulls up, you can say, yo, it is. AI overview wanton primarily describes actions that are deliberately cruel, unrestrained, or done without any motive, provocation, or justification. You see? You women just acting solely off emotions and how you feel. You don't believe in consequences or nothing. You just cruel, unrestrained. You like wild beasts. You want to play the victim all the time, and you the problem. It can also refer to extreme wastefulness or extreme carelessness regarding the safety and rights of others. You see? You see? You see that? And that's why you're single. And that's why you're getting judged. And let's get that's why the scripture said, hey, if she don't go the way that you will have her to go, cut her off and give her a bill of divorce. Why? Because you're out of order. And that's the time we're in. That's why these women are single. But a silly-ass woman said, you men single because y'all ain't trying to talk to us. We love being single because we don't want to deal with no women that's out of order. All right? But as these prophecies continue to play out, Yahweh Shema tries to break you women down, and you women gonna start to humble down. And you're gonna stay humble. It's gonna be so bad where it's not gonna be a time where you women, the time things gonna bounce back to some type of normalcy, and you can lead a man and say, okay, I'm going back to the world. Nope. It's gonna be all hell on wheels. All right? It's gonna be hell on wheels. It ain't gonna be no coming back or going back out there into the world. Cause that's another thing you women like to do. You think you gonna jump on the bandwagon, like when CV came, then when things and get with and get in line, get in order, or like when they were talking about the draft, the women getting drafted, you women wanting to get back in your feminine role. Then when things eased up and got back to some type of normalcy, you went right back out there into the world. It ain't gonna be like that this time. All right. Now some of you women gonna be wicked to the end. Some of you women gonna try to be deceptive, but hey, you gonna be casted out. All right. And men not gonna help you. And we get Ecclesiastes 25 and 24. It says, of the woman can the beginning of sin, through her we all die. Give the water no passage, neither a wicked woman liberty to get abroad, meaning to do what she feel, to live freely. It says, if she go not as thou wouldest have her, cut her off from thy flesh and give her a bill of divorce and let her go. And that's what's happening. Because you women want to follow the ways of Esau and his wickedness, you single. And that's why there's so many videos out now, you women crying and complaining about men not approaching you. So we just want y'all to approach us. We don't want to approach y'all. Y'all know what y'all have done and still doing. Stop playing games. Or you can keep playing them. Because technically, y'all the only ones playing the game. All right? Men sitting back in their masculine role, doing what they do, protecting their sanity in their pockets, man. All right? So you see, as we read, just 1 Timothy 5 and 6, That's you women, man. The scriptures are on point. All right? The scriptures are on point. Again, but she that liveth from pleasure is dead while she liveth. You see? You don't have the ways of Yahweh Shema Shah within you. You don't have righteousness within you. You don't have order within you. You don't respect your man. All right? But the widow who lives only for pleasure is spiritually dead, even while she lives. You see? That's why you women don't have husbands. And that's why you're getting judged. Hey, Isaiah 3. Hey, you can read Isaiah 3. You see that? Matter of fact, let's get it. Because that's what's happening now. Y'all bust my shot. Break y'all proud tails down. And you read this whole chapter. Isaiah chapter 3. And let's start at 11. It says, woe unto the wicked, it shall be ill with him, for the reward of his hands shall be given him. NLT, but the wicked are doomed, for they will get exactly what they deserve. And this is what we're seeing. As for my people, children are their oppressors, and women rule over them. Woo, you see that? That's out of order. It says, O my people, the nation of Israel, they which lead thee cause thee to error and destroy the way of thy paths. Who's leading? The women. The women have set the children over the man. You see, so through the woman, through prophets, through that Jeremiah 31, that Esau has allowed that Yahweh Shema has allowed Esau to do. It screwed up everything, man. The nation of Israel, the world, you know. It says, O my people, they which lead thee cause thee to error and destroy the way of thy paths. NLT, O my people, your leaders mislead you. They send you down the wrong road. Hey, the wages of sin is death. All right? So you see the man and the woman has been brainwashed, man, from the truth. All right? That's why everybody, you got simps, you got masculine women. You think women run the show? No. They don't run the damn show. All right? That's why you're single, because things are out of order. That's why a lot of men are weak. They don't know how to take control. They want to give in to this feminism, this foolishness, man. You'll be surprised the amount of simp niggas out there, man. The why they Yahweh Shema Shah for waking us up to the truth, man. I think Yahweh Shema Shah ain't never had that spirit on me to cater to no damn woman. Now I provide. It's a difference between providing and catering. You know, of course you're gonna cater to your woman as long as she cater to you. But that anything you say, baby, happy wife, happy life. Hell no. You ain't never been me, never. Isaiah 3 and 13, it says, God Yahweh will judge. The Lord Yahweh Shema Shai standing up to plead and standing to judge the people. The Lord Yahweh Shema Shai will enter into judgment with the ancients of his people and the princes thereof, for ye have eaten up the vineyard, the spoil of the poor is in your houses. What mean ye that ye beat my people to pieces and grind the faces of the poor, saith the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai of hosts? See, Judah's women denounce, moreover, which is the 2/3 of Israel as a whole. All right, but we know, it's most definitely upon the southern kingdom. It says, moreover, the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai saith, because the daughters of Zion are haughty and walk with stretched forth necks and wanton eyes. It says, walking and mincing as they go. Let's read it in NLT. Verse 16. The Lord Yahweh Shema Shai says, beautiful Zion is haughty, craning her elegant neck, flirting with her eyes, walking with tinkling her ankle bracelets. So the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai will send scabs on her head. The Lord will make beautiful Zion bald. On that day of judgment, the Lord will strip away everything that makes her beautiful: ornaments, headbands, crescent necklaces, earrings, bracelets, and veils, scarves, ankle bracelets, sashes, perfumes and charms, rings, jewels, party clothes, gowns, caps, and purses, mirrors, fine linen garments, head ornaments, and shawls. Instead of smelling of sweet perfume, she will stink. She will wear a rope for a sash, and her elegant hair will fall out. She will wear a rough burlap instead of rich robe. Shame will replace her beauty, you see? So the time of accessories and dolling yourself up, makeup and faking the funk and you trying to portray yourself to be somebody that you're not. Well, that's coming to an end. Now you can't afford to do that stuff for the most part. All right? Why? Because the jobs that's being cut is primarily women. Men are not picking you up. You end up with a bunch of damn users for the most part. Not all of you. And we welcome men and women on your how about Shema Shah. You know, the elect women of Israel. But you know that comes with order. It says the men of the city will be killed with the sword, and her warriors will die in battle. The gates of Zion will weep and mourn. The city will be like a ravaged woman huddled on the ground. Right? So, you women get jacked up, man. All right? Now, women got problems with the word obey and reverence. Let's get Ephesians 5. I ain't going to obey. I'm not going to submit. Well, hold on. The women of Yahweh Shema Shah. And we get Ephesians chapter 5 and verse 33. Nevertheless, let every one of you in particular so love his wife, even as himself, and the wife see that she reverence her husband. You see? This is coming back. And it'll tell you, so again, I say each man must love his wife as he loves himself, and the wife must respect her husband. You see? And the wife must respect her husband. The man gonna do right anyway. He gonna play his role. The thing is, you women don't like it. He telling me what to do. He ain't my daddy. Well, yeah, he's supposed to play the role of your daddy, man. He replaces your father. And let's get the definition for obey. Here it is, you obey the damn white man at work. Got a work husband and shit. You know. Let's get the definition for obey. Check this out. It says obey means to comply with the commands, instructions, or wishes of someone in authority. See, you do that at work. The man is your husband is your authority figure. So you don't want to what? You don't want to comply to his commands, his instructions, his wishes. He's an authority. It also means to act in accordance with rules, laws, or guiding principles. See, but you want to obey and act in accordance to Esau's rules, laws, and guiding principles. You know why? Because Esau's giving you money. All right, your job giving you money. Well, your husband pay your bills. Without your husband, you wouldn't have no comfort. Now, my job give me comfort. Ho. No, it doesn't. No, it does not. You women sit out here working like you men. Oh, I got this, that, and the third. Where you can't enjoy it? Yeah, I can. No, you can't. Because you got to work so much to try to hold on to it. Y'all got houses and apartments. That's nice. You don't get to sit home and enjoy it. And you want to go out and hang with the girl. You want to spend all this money. I'm going on a trip. I'm going to get this done, that done. But you not at the crib. Whole while you not saving money, you blowing money. Oh, I got to have this car and that car. You see? So hey, she that lives for pleasure is dead while she lives. Hey, you have no control. You have no order, no stability. Okay? You don't have the Holy Spirit, man. That ain't your role. You see? See, you women are finished, man. You all are finished. 2/3. I'm talking about 2/3 women of Israel. All right? Let's get the word. Hey, so the word submit is similar. Submit generally means to formally present a document. No, I don't want that. I mean, it's I mean, you got different definitions. We can read it. I mean, it goes into it anyway. Submit generally means to formally present a document or proposal for approval, or to yield to a higher authority. You see, or to yield to a higher authority. The word comes from Latin roots meaning to put under. See, you're supposed to submit, put yourself under your man. And depending on the context, it functions either as an action to be done or an instruction to be followed. So you're supposed to do this. You're supposed to follow that. You see? But you women so hypocritical and you ain't got no damn sense to the point where when you see the word submit or when you see and hear the word submit and obey, you go crazy. But you're doing it the whole while for a paycheck for this system. Because as long as you feel like you the head, you in control, everything good. Well, you getting judged, as we read in Isaiah 3. All right? And the men in Yahweh Shema Shah, men in general are going to constantly watch you get judged. Most definitely the men in Yahweh Shema Shah, y'all know we're going to get it. This is happening now. It's just getting worse. All right? It's happening now. It's just getting worse by the day. Micah 7:9. I would bear the indignation of the Lord Yahweh Shema Shah because I have sinned against him. Until he plead my cause and execute judgment for me, he will bring me forth to the light, and I shall behold his righteousness. So Yahweh Shema Shah is waking up the men. All right? And Yahweh Shema Shah is fighting for the men of Israel, the elect men of Israel, and restoring order through those men. And you women can follow these men. Well, 2/3 of you women are not. Then she that is my enemy shall see it, and shame shall cover her, which said unto me, where is the Lord thy God, Yahweh Shema Shah, that you be talking about? My eyes shall behold her. Now shall she be trodden down as a mire in the street. So you women getting judged, man. The vicious cycle of male brainwashing. Let's play the video, man.
What's up, guys? Welcome to my whiteboard series. I am on a quest to figure out why there are so many female losers. Too many times in modern media, they're constantly nagging on men being losers. But over here, I don't think we talk about women being losers enough. So, what is a female loser, you may ask? How can a woman be a loser? I'm glad you asked. Women that are lazy, will not and cannot keep a job while having no kids. Women that are fat, obese, overweight. The average woman in this country is over 30% body fat. Our grandfathers and great-grandfathers could not imagine the level of obesity we have in America today. Women being broke. Historically, women had a man to provide for them. But now that women provide for themselves, women provide a lot of credit card debt, student loan debt, and just poor financial choices.
You hear that? Why? Because you have no guide, no leader. You're supposed to be sitting to do it yourself. You make poor decisions. Men are not picking up your damn debt and responsibilities, man. You're not that damn kid.
Choices.
But you are
women that are
childlike.
Nagging, bitchy. Women that enter a room and just kill the vibe. Too many times do I go into a place and there is a naggy, bitchy girlfriend or wife who degrades her husband and just bitches at everybody around her. How do these women go through life? On top of that, single mothers, STDs, debt-ridden, SSRIs, and OnlyFans whores. There is an idea in conservative media that women are
All that she just said is Ecclesiastes, the 25th chapter, and Ecclesiastes, the 26th chapter.
brainwashed. That the only reason that women are making these poor single mothers, STDs, debt-ridden SSRIs, and OnlyFans whores. There is an idea in conservative media that women are brainwashed. That the only reason that women are making these poor choices is because they're just brainwashed by feminism. It's feminism that made them do it. But I would argue that what is happening now in society is showing what women want to do when they're given power. Historically, women did not have the choice to be completely fat whore sluts with a lot of debt. And today we have been empowered to do that. Now, I would actually argue that men are the ones that are brainwashed in society, not women. If women are brainwashed, then it would be women brainwashing women, not men brainwashing women. Because women are the ones that have all of the power in society. Women make 80% of consumer buying decisions, meaning that every $10 made in society, 8 is paid for by a woman. It is a woman swiping. And when you are the primary spender in society, everybody is paid by you and has to treat you special, amazing, and awesome. So if you have a young man and he wants to go into society, first he goes to schools. Parents send him to school. Now, the majority of teachers are actually women. It is no wonder that kids are graduating high school and they cannot read. Because since women have taken over education, they have completely changed education to female standards. Men like competition. Men like hierarchy. Men size each other up and they know who is the best man in the room and can organize themselves into a hierarchy. Women cannot take an L. Women cannot acknowledge that another woman or even a man is better than them. So when women get together, we tend to be more egalitarian. Everybody is equal. And you see that in schools. Right now, the schools have less competition. They push LGBTQ nonsense. They tell men to be quiet, sit down, sit still. They take away recess and PE. To the point that men are actually getting drugged in schools. They tell men that for being men, you need to be put on ADHD medication. When young boys just like to, run around, have fun. The education system has switched to memorization over problem solving. Men use information to solve problems. That's what men are best at. Women are much better at just regurgitating nonsense. Why do you think it's women that are pushing LGBTQ propaganda? So men go to the school system. They have anti-male rhetoric shoved down their throats. And in the school system, they're told to open the doors for women. To, if she hits you, you can't hit her back. So they tell these students that if a female student hits you, you must have did something and you can't hit her back. I mean, a lot of men, if you talk to them, the first time they were ever hit by somebody was their sister or a girl at school. So men go into the school system and they're brainwashed there. Female empowerment is pushed while also telling men that they're equal. There's all of these scholarships to get women ahead. There's all these scholarships for women in engineering, women in tech. There's not that extra help for men. Then men get a smartphone, and the man might think, wow, this is great. I get to connect with my friends. However, what happens is they get nagged on social media. Social media tends to tell men they need to do more for less. Telling men you need to do X, Y, and Z in order to be a real man. As if a woman knows what a real man is. On top of that, if there's ever a male movie or male-centered content like video games, women enter the industry, guilt and nag men for liking what they like, or doing what they do, and then change the movie or change the video games. That's why we had Gamergate. On top of that, all of the shows on TV show the dad or the men in those shows as dumb. Think about The Simpsons. Bart was supposed to be the dumb brother, while Lisa was smart. And the mom and the dad was dumb, the mom was smart. And that's the general rhetoric from all of the shows on TV. So the men, they get their little smartphone, they're like, yay, maybe I'll get to watch my show. And they're inherently told that they're bad and evil from a young age.
New Jack Link's air-dried steak slices, made with just 3 simple ingredients. Been halfway across the continent looking for you.
Who's telling them this? Women, young women, middle-aged women, old women, all of the women are telling them this. There's this idea that young women don't naturally hate men. But when young women are polled, they will tell you that they hate men. So how are young women brainwashed if women are the ones pushing this? Now we continue. The men go into the workforce. Now there is an industry that is professional naggers. They tell men how to talk. They tell men what they can say, what they can't say. They even make the men go through training for sexual harassment, which is inherently implying that men are predators. Even though, let's be honest, everybody, men aren't the ones getting caught for the students. That's definitely women, but, that's another conversation. So they have human resources to professionally nag men in corporate America. Men hate nothing more than wasting their time. And human resources forces men to do mandatory bullshit corporate training, mandatory meetings where they talk about their feelings, and they constantly nag men and tell them what to do and how to do their job. Really, what society wants is men to be enslaved to women. They want men to have all of the responsibility of society, meaning they want men to pay the majority of the taxes, which they do. They want men to run the majority of the infrastructure, which they do, in exchange for nothing in return, not even basic level of respect. Now, the next thing that happens is the man gets married. Now, usually when the men get married, they have a thin or maybe a little overweight wife. After marriage, she becomes a balloon, fat, naggy, bitchy. And at home, he has all of the responsibility. So he has to pay all the bills, fix all of the house, and he is ultimately responsible for the safety of the family. Now, what does he get in return? Gaslighting. A woman that lies to him, tells him what to do, insults him, guilts him, shames him. The number one tool that women use is being easily offended. Women get offended by anything and make it the man's problem. And then they send the kids to school, and the cycle of brainwashing starts all over again. Is there anything I missed in the cycle of brainwashing? Let me know in the comments. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you next time.
She hit it on the head. So, hey, that's what it is. And that's why you women are single and are getting judged. But the women of Yahweh Shema Shai, the righteous women of Israel, that Yahweh Shema Shai will pair you up with a righteous man of Israel, so you can be saved and protected during these times. Stay prayed up in the name of Yahweh Shema Shai Shalom.